even want to throw up. I just spit it out immediately, and I never tried it since.
Welcome back to the Kenny and the Pony Show. Kenny, are you there?
Hey, what's up, Lance?
Good to see ya. Good to see ya. How's your week been?
It's been pretty busy at work. Not so much at home, but man, at work it's been pretty busy. So I guess that's a good thing. So
I'm busy here.
Yeah.
Got an interesting story to share today.
What's that?
I just got off the phone with Dad, and he still likes to mow. I never liked to mow. He still likes to mow, and he had 2 swarms of bees that is behind his house today.
Yeah.
And I don't know if we're going to try to maybe get one of those a beehive person to catch it. I actually have a box and everything out behind my house.
Mm-hmm.
It's empty. I would like to see if I can get one to capture one of the queens. It's a hive that's splitting, and doubling, and it's in a separate tree without really a hive. It's just swarming right now.
Yeah, there's people. I think there's people in the area that can help you with that. So
yeah, there's a guy I know that used to work at the courthouse. I talked to him about it 10 years, but if his name is Chris. I gotta holler at him. But anyway,
shout out to Chris.
Shout out to Chris, the old courthouse librarian in Muskogee County. This is a nice way to segue right there, Kenny. And this is a shout out to our sheriff, Andy Simmons. I know him. Okay. He's the only one that I saw. If I missed it, and I don't want to speak too soon, but he's the only one that wasn't named in the big lawsuit against sheriffs in the county.
I noticed that. I did notice that link you sent me.
Yeah, it's regarding payments from the fees and fine, and they were putting people back in jail because they can afford it and all that. And he came out unnamed in the lawsuit. So
good deal. Yeah,
that's kind of an indication they may be knowing what's going on over there. Well, I mean, the current. I shouldn't say this, but it's true. But they've had extensive knowledge in the criminal field, the DAs in Muskogee, on both sides of it. So they know what it's like. So you understand what I'm saying? Kind of like our president. He's a convicted felon. So he kind of knows what it's like to be, in felony land. So anyway, I'll just leave that one there for now. So
kind of talk about that later, huh?
Well, the story keeps adding up. I don't want to jump out there too far because maybe poor Andy gets named later. I don't know. Yeah. But right now, he looks like he's unscathed.
Yep.
And that's a good thing. Yeah. Not being named in a lawsuit's a good thing.
Make a joke. It shows we're live on Facebook here, so
good.
It shows public, so yeah, I think we're good. If you're watching on Facebook, just comment "I hear you" or something like that. I see you or something like that. Let us know that it's going through. So,
well, another thing, there's few things that I want to talk about. I wanted to talk about something I'd asked you before the show started today to put a link in about this guy. He was on Facebook video. Someone sent it to me, and it just scratches all the political problems where we itch. Okay. One of the big things that everybody's worried about is AI, Kenny, as you always know.
Yep.
You need to start with the first artificial thing. We created the first artificial thing years ago. It's called corporations. In the legal field, they're considered artificial people. What are their purposes? To really try to deflect liability and a way to try to shield from paying a lot of taxes. Well, guess what? That's how you fix it. It's all at the state level.
Yeah.
It's state created, not federal. Okay. So that's what where to fix all the campaign finance problems is at the state level, and your state legislature, your state senator, your state representatives, those are the ones that need to change it, and to change the state law to where the corporations cannot play in the politics game. They can't give any type of political benefits, money, anything. You rein it in right there.
Yep.
The guy that the video, his name is Tom Moore. He's a lawyer from Maryland. I sent you the link. I hope you can put that in.
I've already posted it on Facebook in the comments of this video. So
that's how you rein it in. You rein it in at the state level when you don't want big money involved anymore, and you just want the people. You don't want corporations. I know corporations say, "Well, we speak for our people." Yeah. Guess what? You're not a slave owner. They can go vote too.
They have their own voice.
They have their own voice. You don't speak for them. You speak for your money that they make you.
Yeah.
Okay? Yeah. That's the truth. Okay? You want to hear honesty? That's honesty today. So you got to change it on the state level, and your state representatives, that needs to be the first thing they need to file. Rein in the corporations and the politics. That's the new way. So if I was ever going to run for state, I've told you I'm more interested in tribal and running for right? Okay. That's what the state politicians need to be running on, and they need to change this, and enough is enough. Okay.
Yeah.
That's what needs to happen. Okay. Throwing this out there, AOC, most liberal person you can find. Ted Cruz, one of the most conservative people you can find. This is the only thing they can talk about and they agree on. This is the only thing they talk about they can agree on.
Tells you something right there.
It tells you everything.
Yeah.
Tells you everything.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Just want to throw that. It's called, and Tom Moore, his big theme is restoring the social trust in democracy. That's how you get corporations out, then you bring people in, and people will start believing government again. Keep the corporations out.
Yeah.
There you go. Okay. So moving on, I want to move on to something lighter.
Okay.
You have Netflix, right?
I do.
Okay. This weekend is Ronda Rousey UFC fighting. Okay. Remember Ronda Rousey? She could do the arm bar and damn near break people's arms. Okay.
Yeah.
She's back in the ring with this, used to be a Disney Star Wars actor. Her name was Gina Carano. She won. Yeah. She was a champion back in the day. They're bringing it back, and they're going to have a fight this Saturday. If you're around, I don't know what your plans are, and we all could change.
Yeah.
But if everybody's sitting at home on Saturday, I'm going to text you because we may have to go live for this one. I don't know. A live fight, it might as well be called.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I know there's a lot of stuff going on. Tomorrow, Tulsa Law School is graduation's going on. Shout out to my cousin Matt McCrary. He's graduating from TU Law School, and I'm going to be there for the hooding ceremony. Okay? And just say hi to Matt. He's in Tahlequah. Okay, hey Matt. The other thing I already told you earlier today, and since we're doing shout outs, shout out to my cousin Jaron Bailey, the pitcher from Pryor High School. They beat Midwest City today 6-5. He has a save now chalked up on his statistics. He only pitched the last inning. He had 2 strikeouts, Kenny. Pretty good.
Now, was that for the state championship?
That was the beginning of the state tournament. He's got
okay.
They play whoever wins the next game, and
okay.
I'll have more to update on next week on all that. But shout out to Jaron. Good job, Jaron.
Yeah.
So anyway, throwing that in out there. I had went to Tahlequah earlier this week and talked to some of the employees over there, actually one specifically, someone pretty significant actually, and loved the idea of my NFL Major League Baseball park in Blue Ribbon Down. Said we need some blood. She told me, she's like, we need new blood, and this is scratching everybody where they itch. What's the good of building all the stuff in Tahlequah if they're going to take it away from us and they're not standing up to fight? Chief got shown the door with the state legislature. He wasn't even allowed in the building. They weren't invited to the meetings that were happening, and he didn't look very good on C-SPAN either. And we'll talk more about that later. Maybe he bounces back.
Yeah,
I'm running because no one is doing their job.
Yeah.
Okay? It's that simple for Chief. They're not doing enough, Kenny.
It's a big deal now, not like it used to be. So
you build all this stuff for them to take it away from us, then you're not doing a good job.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. And he's not, and he looks weak right now. And I'm saying again. He looks weak. Okay. So I would have done more. I plan on doing more.
There you go.
That's there. And you know what? Well, more than he's doing. I've got strategy, and I'll be sharing that as we go, little by little.
There you go. Yep.
Not doing enough.
Hashtag Pony Warriors.
Pony Warriors, baby. Good day today, Kenny. I feel good. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's going to be a good one.
Yep.
Okay. I know you don't. Do you watch a whole lot of national news? Do you really know what's going on in the Middle East? Let me tell you
I catch a little bit here and there, and it's mainly stuff I'll read, and not on social media, but if I read like from, more credible sources, but I don't watch the news to really, catch everything that's going on.
Well,
I know it's crazy over there.
Let me fill you in a little more. Okay. We all know there's oil over there.
Yeah.
What they're not talking about, Kenny, is they got these big wires in the ocean that connect us all to the internet.
Mm-hmm.
Through that strait is wires that connect to India.
Yep.
Which is also around the jurisdiction of Iran.
Mm-hmm.
Iran says, we're fine. We can fix it if it ever breaks. Don't worry about it. You don't need to be involved. It's our jurisdiction.
Good luck with that.
America doesn't want to do it.
No.
I don't know what the answer to that is. Okay. Yeah. Part of me feels like, how many people do you like in your backyard when it's good stuff?
Mm-hmm.
Want them to oversee it.
Yeah.
We don't do that. We don't allow people to do that.
Yeah. Now
we're asking people to let us in, to allow us to do it when we don't do it ourselves. It's a tough one. And what's going to end up happening, if we really want to do that, we're probably going to have to send some of our sons and daughters over there. They're going to have to be in the military to get it all done. And do you really want to draft? Do you really want to see children under the age of, it's not even children, men and women under the age of 30?
Yeah.
Or 35 to be drafted to end up going over there, because that's where it could end. Because they're not going to stop. They've been fighting for thousands of years over there.
They've been, I mean, it was referenced in the Bible, the wars going on over there. So,
yes.
Yeah.
People do not treat the Bible as a historical document enough. If it's
absolutely
happened then, it can happen again. Okay. So it's just, especially in that region.
Yeah.
So anyway, just throwing that out there. There was some other stuff that nobody wants to talk about, and it's control, not just oil, information. And they want to control it. And they're like, no, we control our own information. See, I kind of see their point of view a little. The thing of it is, can you negotiate? He's supposed to know the art of negotiation, Kenny. I'm talking about Trump. We'll see.
Yeah.
See if he can negotiate out of it. I don't think it's possible, but we'll see. Okie doke. And I'm looking at all my stuff that
Go for it. Yeah. Okay. I didn't make notes. I'm relying on you.
Okay. Well, also, it looks like the governor's in trouble again. I think he lessened someone's sentence that was a really good-looking young lady who he liked. She had some sort of sentence, and he ended up getting her out in like less than 6 months or something like that. She was supposed to time and all that. She's a looker. If you get on, take a picture of her, see her. You need to look that up.
Yeah. Okay.
And the problem with all this is, he's trying to show law and order, but yet he's not. He's a horrible governor. It's usually Republicans are about law and order. Okay, this one reflects that. Well, you can pay out of it. If you got money, you can pay out. That's.
I've seen that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what. So you have seen that.
I've seen that. Yeah, be paid off.
Yeah. So he's being investigated and all sorts of good stuff. So, which is par for the course what he's done over here for Muskogee County. So,
we just got a few more months.
Father Time be an asshole.
few more months, it'll be a whole new one that we can
I'll
talk
fill out
about.
it, yeah.
Yeah.
Especially since we're aging and we're both bald. Father Time could be an asshole. So don't
Gray
yeah,
hair.
yeah. Okay.
Hmm.
Anyway,
Yeah.
good. It's optimism. I like it, but
Yeah.
oh, you need to understand that. So,
Yeah.
okay, Kenny. As far as just the major stuff, that's
Mhm.
really all I had. As
Yeah.
far as the major announcements and
Yeah.
all that jazz.
Did you bring your broom?
Did I bring my broom?
Yeah.
Did we sweep?
The OKC Thunder is sweeping the playoffs.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
That's
They swept they were so far undefeated in the playoffs. So
I,
first two rounds they're 8-0. So
they're jinx proof. I watch them in the fourth quarter only.
yeah.
They're jinx proof. They still
They're just some beast out there this year.
they're jinx.
More so than last year, I think.
Yep.
And yeah, so and I don't want to get too confident with them because you know what happens.
Total
So
jinx.
any train can be derailed. So
Also saw where Sports Illustrated had an article out regarding the OSU football team and how they have bought into the Indiana system buying players.
mm-hmm.
They just went on. I mean, because it was
Well,
such a split of the roster.
yeah. Well, just this week, Gundy made a statement that he said, he didn't have any NIL money to work with. So
That's right. We talked
yeah,
about it.
yeah, mm-hmm. Yeah,
You sent that article to me. We've
yeah.
already talked about it.
Mm-hmm.
Wants to look back and look in case you're first time viewers and you don't want to look back. What we said. We said it wasn't fair to judge him based on what's going on now because he did not have the resources this man has. The Coach Moore
Yes.
guy.
Mm-hmm.
He's got way more backing by alum and the faculty, or I wouldn't say faculty, but the administration.
Yeah.
Okay, way more backing than Gundy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it's going to be a little unfair.
Yeah, for whatever reason, they weren't going to allow Gundy to have the money to do what needs to be done. So,
right.
yeah.
Well,
So,
he just kind of bucked them at so many other times down the. There were
a lot of games he should have won, that he didn't, and so I don't know. I love the man to death. He's the best coach we've ever had, but yeah, I mean, times change and all that, so who knows?
right.
Hopefully, things will get better. So,
one of the biggest slams that I've always heard about Gundy locally over here, he never recruited here. Not really.
Yeah.
His mentality, and if you watch the interviews, and I did, he thinks that they should come to me. I'm in Oklahoma. You're an Oklahoman. You should come to me.
I shouldn't waste my time looking for you. You should be looking for me, and I'll go look for people out of state.
You should want to walk on here. Yeah. You shouldn't want a scholarship anywhere else that'll pay for your education. Yeah. You should just come here. Well, guess what? That's not going to work. And that's why he's gone. One of the reasons he's gone.
Well, we don't live in a local universe anymore. We live in a global universe. So,
and
I mean, you got the internet, you got the telephone, you got, all people got to do is pick up the telephone and they can make a phone call and have somebody here from California. Or the other way around, why would they be seeking Oklahoma State or OU or whatever, whenever there's a USC on their, blowing up their phone?
Now, I'm going to give him this. I know this enough about high school sports and football. Okay. I know about this. If he's got so much going on and he can't get out to see those games, and that happens, Kenny, I don't, okay. But here's the thing. High school coaches play the best players on defense. He should have been recruiting the high statistic leaders on defense. Everyone in Oklahoma tries to stop people from scoring, so they're playing their best players. the coach's son plays offense. It's a political game.
Yeah.
In terms of who scores points and who,
Yeah.
okay, it's always been that way. Okay, but to stop them, to get the good linebackers and everything, we have great defensive talent. Okay, and got great offensive talent. You just got to recognize that sometimes, okay. When's the last time since 2005? That's when I came back here and started practicing law after law school. Since 2005, with the exception of Brandon Whedon, name a good starting quarterback at Oklahoma State that was from Oklahoma.
Yeah.
That's 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Okay? So there have been good ones. Don't tell and they play out of state.
Mm-hmm.
They play up in Kansas. They play up in Kansas State. They go away. I mean, Sam Bradford was one of the few that actually stuck around for OU.
Mm-hmm.
Jason White, maybe. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, Jason White.
He's from Tuttle, I think. Okay.
Yeah.
So they're notorious for skipping over good talent here. And I understand if you can't get out to see it and you can't trust it. You can't trust the offensive side. But there's no reason why we shouldn't have the best linebackers from the state coming to OSU or the defensive tackles. One time they had Chris Littlehead from Tahlequah over there for a while, but I think he washed out. So anyway, long story short, they're not going after the players. And I understand why if he doesn't have the time to look, but he can still get defensive ones and just look at statistics alone because everybody tries to stop the run. Everybody stops the pass.
Mm-hmm.
But you have to really investigate the offensive side of the ball.
Yep.
So anyway,
you're not wrong.
Going out there, baseball same way. Whoever the saving pitchers are, they won't. If you can bat well, that's fine. Look at batting statistics, but pitching, you really, really have to go hands on and look at pitching if they're starters.
Yeah.
If they're starting pitchers, you just don't give them a scholarship. You have to go out there and look at them. You can't look at statistics alone. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Because it could be the coach's son or, school board member's son or whatever, or daughter, if it's softball, what it doesn't matter. I mean, this goes for every team. It's not gender specific. So all those ones, I'd always say guys all the time. I'm old. So I just say guys, and
well, we were talking about baseball too, and baseball's a guy sport. So,
but softball.
But then you got softball, yes,
same thing, the same.
And softball's big in Oklahoma for sure. You got the softball Hall of Fame here, so.
Kenny, it's one of those deals where I was watching Andy Roddick's mother. He was one of the Wimbledon guys, the tennis players.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, he has a brother who is an Olympic diving champion. Okay. Tennis player and a diver. Okay. Same household. And they were interviewing the mother. They couldn't get the microphone away from her fast enough because they did not like what they heard. She said, I'm a single mom. I did not want to deal with the politics of coaching. Set them down both. She said, you pick at least one sport where you either live and die on your own. You're either good enough to do it or you're not.
Yeah.
No politics. No, not going to have to wait and watch you get put in the game.
Mm-hmm.
Be able to do this on your own. But she goes, because boys, I can't deal with those men. They're going to play their children. Okay?
Yeah.
They were like, get that microphone away from her now. I was like, preach, woman, preach. Because she's right. She's absolutely right.
Yeah.
I had a working father, a guy that was a professional. My dad was rarely ever at any practices. He had to work.
Mm-hmm.
So my mom didn't want to get involved with it. So I also got that. First of all, I was not talented. I was born with, club feet. So I was never really good.
Yeah.
At certain sports, but certain I did thrive in. I won competitions in skeet shooting. I don't remember mom hardly ever at that one, but anyway, that was a dad thing. So,
yeah.
But I was winner too. I won trophies, You know,
Mm-hmm.
that's another thing. When dads see trophies won, they're like, "Oh, yeah," you know,
Go son.
they're all about that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Go son.
yeah, go, go,
Yeah.
go. But yeah,
Yeah.
and I won several 4-H awards on that one.
Mm-hmm.
When I
Yeah.
was competing. But anyway, I was a sharpshooter with a shotgun, Bubba.
There we go. Yeah.
So yeah.
Mm.
Anyway, what was interesting is my dad could actually teach me that one because he taught me to learn to shoot right-handed because I'm a lefty. I'm a lefty.
Yeah.
Born
Yeah.
right-handed. But I still to this day can't. I still shoot pistols left-handed. I throw a baseball left-handed, but I shoot a basketball right-handed.
Really.
Okay, yeah, I'm ambidextrous.
Ambidextrous.
Yes, that's
Yeah.
what it's called. So
Yeah.
yeah, I'm truly that. Reality of it is I'm left-handed. Warner
Yeah.
Public Schools did not have left-handed scissors in some grades, and I had to learn to do it with right. So I learned all these things right-handed too because the schools were just not set up for it.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know?
Mm.
And that's where you learn. Most left-handers have this story where they just had to learn. You have to learn your way. You
Yeah.
know?
Yep.
And on all that. So, but anyway,
Mm.
well, what else is going on other than that, Kenny? What's going on in Fort Gibson?
There's not much going on. Let's see. There's nothing really coming up. Normally the corn festival will be coming up, but in June. But they haven't done that in the last couple of years. So I guess that's a dead duck. So
Is there corn out now? There's not corn out now, is there?
well, sweet corn will in June. Sweet corn is ready to be picked.
That's what I thought.
Yeah. So and then that's usually when the corn festival happens. So we're mid May, so we're a month away from that. But there's no more corn festival. I think they're having one down at Weber Falls now. So
Yeah, the Ross family.
Yeah.
Big in it.
Yeah, they started up and up here was the Sheffield family because all through, whenever I was in school and all that, everybody picked corn for Dick Sheffield. I mean, that's just kind of what you did in the summertime. Right after school got out in May, and then in June you went and pick corn. And so then they started up the corn festival and stuff. And then he's passed away. They've, done some stuff, like a lot of the shirts that were from previous years of the corn festival, they would have his famous blue truck on the shirt and all that. But funding and sponsorships and volunteers and all that, they had to quit doing it. And I think that the Ross family down Weber's Falls knew the heritage and the history of it, and they said, they wanted to kind of pick it up and continue on. And now everybody, gets where, if you see sweet corn anywhere in the area sold on the side of the road, it all says Weber Falls sweet corn. So,
right.
So they're kind of picking up that tradition and moving on with it, so which is cool.
Right.
I know the Rosses back whenever I worked at John Deere, so
yeah,
and they're good people.
Yeah, all my life.
Yeah, they're good people.
A huge family too. I mean, it's big. I mean, it's
There's a lot of them.
There's a lot of them.
Yeah. Yep.
So, but anyway, so shout out to the Ross family.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I know too many to name.
Oh yeah.
I'm not gonna be.
Yeah.
We started that jazz. I'll be just sitting here for 10 minutes naming people.
Yeah. Yep.
A bunch of
well, the Ross family's 50% of Weber's Falls. So
yeah. I'll shout out to Jim Bob. He's a buddy. He used to date my sister. Hey, Jim Bob.
Yep.
So yeah.
Yep. I remember him when I worked at John Deere. He came in several times. So
yep, good guy.
Yep. Let's see. What else?
30 minutes, man. I thought this was going to be longer.
I did too, because with all the sports stuff going on with the Thunder and OSU and.
Whoa. We forgot to talk about the Cowgirls. They won, the softball team. They're still winning.
I didn't catch it. I mean, I'll kind of keep up with them, but yeah.
They're still winning.
Sweet.
Yeah. Man, those girls can hit. I think I kind of figured him out though. He's a good coach. He's just a good coach.
Yeah.
he kind of has Gary Ward philosophical view on batting. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Gary Ward was the one who won all these games for OSU as far as coaching back in the 80s and 90s. He went to the World Series all the time, but he didn't win big.
Yeah.
But his philosophical view on it is he liked to wear the pitchers down, which means that he made all the batters take at least 2 strikes.
Yeah.
Okay. They pitch until there's 2 strikes, and then you can swing. So wears the pitcher down about 3 or 4 innings later, then they start teeing off on him. Then he just says, "No more of that. Go."
Yeah.
Okay. So now they're not throwing as hard. Okay. So now that you have a factor of them being tired, not being able to throw as hard.
Mm-hmm.
Also, they've seen the pitches. They know how they're coming and delivering. Actually, it's underhanded for girls.
Sure. Yeah.
So they know how that's coming. So usually, if you ever watch OSU girls, normally they don't really start out hot. It's about the 3rd or 4th inning, and then next, they're hitting home run, and doubles, triples, and they just. And so there's a little strategy to that. I think Gary was good at that with the men's, but now the men, they have so many good pitchers, so they just 5 innings up, fine, we'll just put somebody else in and do the next 4.
Yeah.
And they got a fresh arm and everything. So there's some strategy on how to wear out the pitcher, and I've seen that. But so I haven't seen Oklahoma State yet see a team that had several good pitchers yet.
Yeah.
See, don't know if you can really do that strategy if you got enough in the bullpen. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But so far, so good, buddy. If you're one of those people can't do the whole game, you got patience or whatever, just log in about 3rd or 4th inning.
Yeah.
You'll start seeing runs, or at least by OSU. Now, here's the issue with OSU playing people. They've had people that are hot at the beginning, and they've had to catch up. So, they might be 4-0 by 3rd inning or whatever, and it looks like Oklahoma State's tanking. No, you need to stick around because the bats come for OSU in the mid of the game into the lap of the game.
They're more of a rally team.
They are the cardiac Cowgirls.
Yeah.
They're going to give you a heart attack, but dang it, it's in a good way. Okay?
That's with every OSU sport.
I like it. The cardiac Cowgirls.
Yeah.
But they're winning. That they're winning.
They're winning. It's all that matters.
All that matters.
Yep.
Yeah, that's. I'm going to share a story that I shared with a friend of mine, and it was about it's about winning, and he was and he didn't he was in his fairness, okay, he was an only child.
Okay.
He doesn't understand what the competition's like whenever you have a sibling.
That changes things big time. I grew up with a brother 1 year younger than me, and the 2 stepbrothers less than a year older than me. So yeah,
we used to play outside horse with basketball. You ever played horse?
Oh yeah.
And my sister's 6 years older than me.
Mm-hmm.
So she was always quite a bit bigger than me up until I got into high school, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And started hitting my growth spurt and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And we were playing, I'll never forget, we were playing horse or one of those, and she beat me just barely or whatever, and just barely beat me. And
yeah,
Dad was out there, you get her, son. You're 6 years younger. You'll catch up and everything. Good job. Good. You're okay. Even though you lost, you tried. Then my sister came behind me and whispered in my ear, "I don't care if it's 1 point or 100. I'm the winner and you are the loser."
She's got a point.
Tough love, folks. Tough love. Right there.
There it is.
If you either win or you don't.
Yep.
Tough love.
No participation trophies in horse.
No, no. And you have to decide at some point. What do you want to? Are you just trying to give a good show? Or are you trying to win?
Mm-hmm.
You know, there's a difference. Yeah, there just is.
Yeah.
Sometimes they're compatible, but sometimes they're not.
Mm-hmm.
Not, you know. So, which one do you want to be when in the competitive field? I can tell you, they have a lot of fun down in Norman on game day. Okay, when they win, and
Yeah.
and when we were winning, we have a lot of fun on tailgates when we're winning 10 games a year in football.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But when you're not, it makes it tough to roll out all that money to go spend on Saturdays.
Yeah.
Okay, it just does. So,
Yep.
throwing that out there.
Did you see where they are doing a 2-year run with Michigan State?
Yeah, they took Alabama
Yeah.
to deal with us.
Alabama, something with their scheduling changes or some of the SEC stuff going on. So OSU signed a contract with Michigan State for I think here this year and there next year, or it's here first year and their second year. I don't know when it starts, but I think that'd be a fun series.
Hey, the national champions they're from the Big Ten, not the SEC.
Yeah. Yep.
Fine.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Sure.
So, well, and the last, how many of the past several years? Now, last year they did have Oregon, but before that they were, who were they scheduling in their off season? They're not off season, but they're non-conference. They was scheduling teams that nobody ever heard of. So, then they got Oregon this past year, and then now they have Michigan State. So, I think it's good to have some good competition in your off seasons, or I keep saying off season, your non-conference. So,
Well,
it helps you figure out where you're at for sure.
Gundy didn't like it because if you ever took a hit, you couldn't hardly ever get back. As far as if you took a loss,
Yeah,
you weren't getting back in the discussion of winning it all, or even maybe winning a conference or bowl games or whatever.
yeah.
He just thought he felt like it shouldn't be that hard. I liked it when we played Georgia. If you remember, our first we played Georgia,
Yes.
Stillwater,
Yep.
and our first game of the season, we won. We beat them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think that was back when. What's the offensive coordinator that was at Atlanta Falcons? The quarterback.
Zach Robinson.
Zach Robinson was I believe was the quarterback.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, which was, by the way, he's from Colorado.
Yeah.
Okay, throwing that out there. He's
Yep.
not local.
Yeah.
And he wasn't. I don't even think he was a quarterback, but 1 or 2 years in high school, he was a wide receiver.
Yeah.
See, he said, this is where I've heard Switzer talk about Gundy like this. He's done a lot for what he has gotten, but he's never had really, really great recruits. I mean, he's had to make do with what he had.
He was good at making do with what he had too.
Yeah. That's what I mean.
Yeah.
Gundy.
Yeah.
Switzer didn't make do with what he had.
No. Yeah, I'm talking about Gundy. Yeah. I'm talking about Gundy. Yeah. 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 Switzer had the cream of the crop coming to him, but
yeah.
Gundy, which Gundy and Switzer didn't play each other, but yeah, Gundy, he was good at making do with what he had.
Well, actually, they did play each other. It was Gundy was the quarterback.
Yeah. As far as coach versus coach.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know what you meant. Yeah.
So, but yeah, it's one of those things. But now, I look forward to the football season, but I am very, very skeptical to replace that many kids. It just, he better know what's going on.
Yeah, you don't exactly know where you're at. So
no.
I'm hoping to get to go to at least a couple of games, but we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
I came real close about season tickets, but I couldn't make myself pull that trigger.
I think you're like a lot of people on that.
Yeah. Well, and to me, it's I love the game days, even if they're going to lose. But I got so much going on in my life right now that I just didn't want to make that commitment to,
Sure.
basically every other Saturday for, 4 months.
Right.
So,
All righty. Well, Kenny, I was looking at all my notes.
yep.
Make sure I've got everything that I've said. So I think I've covered pretty much everything today.
Cross all the T's and dot the I's.
Yeah, there's still
Or
I still haven't heard anything from Cherokee Nation
okay.
on the VA clinic thing I'm wanting to put together, the
Yeah.
Pony Warriors thing. They
Mhm.
never called me back. Go figure.
Go figure.
So I don't know. They're probably busy, Kenny. I'm just, that Indian time thing, father time. We talked about this at the beginning of the program.
Mm.
He can be a cruel sucker sometimes.
Yep.
Father time and Mother Nature.
Yep.
They're the biggest tag team duo since WWE.
They could care less what you got going on in your life.
Not really. I just,
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of WWE, I know you pay attention more to that.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything major coming on up? Nothing.
Now, it's hard to watch and really follow because the TKO or whatever, the same company owns UFC and stuff. They've taken it over or bought it out and taken over. And I was wanting to go. They had SmackDown in Tulsa a couple weeks ago, and I was wanting to go to it, but man, even just some mediocre seats, not even good seats, but mediocre seats were like $150 a person.
What?
Yeah, and so I'm like, so I just like, yeah, I'm out. I'm not doing that. They priced it so far out. WrestleMania was in Vegas about a month ago, and there was a camera, like the biggest camera show, like camera and videography show in the country was going to be in Vegas that same weekend. And I thought, I might take some vacation time and drive out there. For the first time drive, I was thinking it might nice to make a road trip, go out there and go to that camera convention, and then the same weekend as WrestleMania, and maybe buy one ticket for one night and check that all out. The cheap seats, like up in the rafters, like the very far back row.
Right.
And in Allegiant Stadium, that's going to be a long week. You're not going to be able to see the ring. You're not going to see what's going on. You're going to have to watch the big screens to see what's happening in the ring. They're like $500 a ticket.
What?
So, yeah. So, and if you watch like SmackDown or Raw, they'll say it's a sold out arena and stuff, and they're very strategic with how they make their camera movements. Yeah. There are huge areas of that arena that has 0 people in them. They're sectioned off and nobody can see them at all. And they're very strategic with the camera angles and all that, so you don't see those areas. All you're seeing is the crowd, but they might be showing the same 95 people and making it look like there's a big crowd. So
is it is scarcely populated as OSU men's basketball in Gallagher-Iba? I mean, they were really only shooting the court.
The difference is every now and then the camera would sometimes show the stands at those games. So
yeah, there's nobody in there.
Yeah.
You could have bought a nosebleed seat and moved all the way down to
that's what a lot of people were doing. I mean, and I wanted to do. I just 2-hour drive away, and a lot of the games are on work nights. That's why I didn't go to any. But I wanted to go to some of those and do that. Buy a cheap seat and just after the game starts, just keep scooting down. So
the only thing I can say is this: start making the NCAA tournament, and those seats will be filled.
They will. Yeah. I figure this coach has 2 more seasons to get to the tournament.
I say 1.
Yeah. I
say 1.
I say 2 for one reason. Look at how long they held on to Gundy.
No, Gundy's an exception now.
I know, but I think
you're living in the past.
I think
you're living in the past.
Yeah.
You want something I don't agree with you
Yeah.
on? You're living in the past. No.
So I still say so. We'll have a little bet going on here. You say if they don't make it this year, I say if they don't make it in 2 years, 2 more seasons. So
if he should be gone after one,
yeah.
make it.
So
he went out and bought a bunch of players. I paid attention too. He's got some talent.
He's had some talent, so there's no reason why he shouldn't have at least made the tournament. I mean, get beat in the first round of the tournament, I can see that, but yeah,
not the NIT,
yeah,
NCAA,
yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, the big dance. I saw where they were trying to expand that to more teams. They were, and now at 64, they were not another full round to like 128, but to like 96 or whatever, where take like a bunch of the first rounders and they get a bye, and more or less like a wild card game to get into that 64 team tournament. So
I haven't read anything on it.
I saw something the other day about it, and I don't know if it was true or not, but yeah, I don't know. I mean, 64 teams. I mean, that's a lot of teams.
That's the point.
If you're one more than that, you're just doing a money grab.
Now, one thing I don't mind doing is them having, because there used to be where you had to play like a bunch of the probation ones that didn't make that right on the cusp of making the cut.
Mm-hmm.
They played 2 or 3 games to figure out who won that, and then that one spot went the worst. They had to play Duke or whoever this number 1 seed.
I think one of the reasons they might be trying to expand the teams is because the winner of a conference, regardless of the conference, the winner of the conference goes in.
That's correct.
Regardless, yeah. And so there was a lot of really good teams getting left out because of that rule. And so I think they were maybe trying to expand it a little bit to get some of those better teams into the tournament.
Well, if they've got the viewers for it, they'll do it because that's money. But I'm kind of like Gundy on this. It doesn't matter the sport. It doesn't matter the sport. I'm with Gundy on this. If you can't win your conference, stop your bitching.
Yeah.
If you can't win your conference, if you get excluded of any tournament, stop your bitching.
Yeah.
We're back to that win.
How many times did Gundy win the conference?
Once. That's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine. Okay.
Yeah.
I've got a phone. Someone is calling in. Shall we take a call?
Sure.
Let me see.
First call live, huh?
Let me see. Yeah. I don't know if he even knows we're live. Let me text him and see if he wants to.
Anybody I know?
Yeah, it's Benson.
Oh, okay.
Ron Benson from Coyle, Oklahoma is calling. Now, whether he will get on here or not, I don't know. So,
yeah.
Hey, we are recording.
Do you want to go live?
Recording. Do you want to go live? I'm on my iPad, Kenny. So
that's cool. Yeah.
I'm hunting and pecking.
Yeah. If he says yes, put him on speaker.
Oh yeah. Let's see. So we're gonna see, and I'm not on Facebook, so I don't know if he's even.
He hasn't showed that he's jumped in on it yet. So there's been about 6 or 7 that's jumped in and back out.
Here, he's ready. He's here. I'm getting an answer. We'll see if he wants.
Yeah. He's like, what have I got myself into?
All right, it's good. I've got the little dots going,
Yeah. Yep. The infamous little dots.
They're all talk big until they want to be on here.
Yep.
They all talk real big.
Let's see. It doesn't show anybody's actually live or watching this live right now.
They're running for cover, buddy.
They are. Yep.
Just got home. Didn't even mean to hit the call button yet. Got to feed, do a few things called tonight. So there you go. Oh,
AKA, I don't want to go live with you.
right.
I don't want to be live.
There's not a bigger person out there that bleeds orange and black than Brian Benson.
Okay.
Okay. In fact, he knows that if OSU had the winning criteria like OU, he would be the worst OSU fan there ever, because he would be, no, we'll never lose. You remember hearing all that crap?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. He'd be the worst fan that we had. Best fan, worst fan, however you want to look at it. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just kind of how you look at it. But he'd be that guy. Oh, we'll never lose. You know, he would love to dominate. And I think a lot of OSU fans feel the same way.
Oh, absolutely. I would too.
What they don't like is what in the past. And the whole thing, that culture. I knew Gundy was done. I never said anything.
Yeah.
I knew he was done because I was like, that doesn't sound right. It happened 5 or 6 years ago. He kept doing an interview. The culture. That's propaganda.
I remember that.
That's a propaganda, Kenny. That means they don't want to do what I want to do. So I'm just saying they're not buying into our culture.
That was about the same time whenever I went to Vegas. Well, we was both going to go to Vegas, and it didn't work out, but I went ahead and went. And I called for an Uber to go from the hotel back to the airport to come home. And I noticed the Uber driver, he was an older gentleman. He was wearing an OSU hat. And so as he was loading my luggage into his trunk, I said, I just did like this. I said, "Go Pokes." And he turns around and looks at me. He gives me a funny look, and he sees me that. And then I had a Eskimo Joe's T-shirt on. And so he's like, "You're an OSU fan?" I said, "I went to school there." And so anyhow, we talked OSU stuff from the hotel all the way back to the airport. And he said, "Okay, I want your honest opinion. What do you think of Mike Gundy?" And I said, "I love him to death, but I think it's time for him to go." And it was exactly what you were just talking about. I felt like he had peaked, and you know, it was more about culture and tradition than it was putting W's on the roster.
When you start talking culture, and they got to buy into our culture.
Yeah,
they're gone.
Yeah. And whenever he did that, I knew he was done, and that's what I told the gentleman. I don't remember what his name was, but yeah, and he said, "I agree with you 100%. I've been saying that myself."
Kenny, they already got their own culture. They've been working their asses off since the 8th grade, or they wouldn't be in a position to get a scholarship.
Very true.
They already know the culture.
Yeah.
He wants them to be slaves, and they're not going to do it anymore. That's just this is a problem. It's the reason why they want to get paid. They don't want slave labor anymore. They don't want to be slave labor.
Mm-hmm.
Enough. Yep. And we got yelled at, Kenny. I know you're in sports. All those those damn high school coaches. All they can do is yell. Yeah, run faster. Run faster.
I had a coach in basketball call a timeout to continue yelling at me. We was in a timeout, and he wasn't done yelling at me. He called another timeout to continue yelling at me. So, and that was in like the 9th grade. So, yeah. Yep.
Now when I see him, how about you get your ass out there running faster, old man? You know, they're still alive. Some of them are still around. You know, remember that? Remember that? They don't want to talk about it.
I remember I was still going to school down at Warner, and you probably remember this too. And no, I take that back. It was at Fort Gibson. It was the first year I was back at Fort Gibson, and the high school coach was our PE/basketball coach in sixth grade, and he was like he's a marathon runner, but he would tell it. We'd come to practice one day, and he'd say, "We're just going to run laps around the basketball court today, you know, for conditioning." We start running, and he would start running with us, and we'd say, "How long are we going to run?" He said, "I don't know, until I get tired."
See,
Man, he could outrun every one of us. So
here's the thing. I was a kid that slept in braces with my feet because I had club feet, had multiple surgeries. They knew it because my mother was a public school teacher at Warner.
yeah,
He still yelled at me, "Run faster!
yeah,
Get off your ass, run faster!" I'm disabled. Welcome to Warner Public Schools.
yeah.
Run faster!
Was this the PE teacher that was there when I was
yeah,
there?
I'm not going to name names. You know
Yeah.
no!
Okay. Yep. I know you're talking about. Yeah. Is he still down there?
No, I don't know what's going on with him.
Okay. Yeah.
But that's what happened. I was like, and I come to find out, I'm not sure Mom and him were great coworkers. I'm not sure, but bottom line is that's what
Yeah.
This little kid going and getting yelled at.
Yeah. I've seen that. I've seen that 1,000 times.
It was bad.
Yeah.
Right.
So,
I'm telling you, the kids these days, they don't have any idea.
I was fixing to say, if coaches these days did what they did back when we was kids,
they don't have any idea how it was.
There would be no coaches left.
No. Well, I'll slap half the students. I mean,
yeah.
There's a lot of people who would be in prison from our day back. They were sleeping with the students. I mean, in high school, the teachers are sleeping. You know, all this stuff they're showing all these women sleep with these young men and all that. Guys were sleeping with the girls when I was in school. They were doing it back in the 80s.
Oh, yeah.
There's several people that I know that be in prison now based on that. And some of them married them. Some of them married. I mean, come on.
Look, just wait until they got legal.
If you're a former educator and you married one of your students, you should not be in politics. Because that's coming out now. That shit's coming out now. I got one in mind right now.
They're trying to bring it out now, but they're blocking it. So.
There's a guy that's my dad's age that is trying to run for politics. He hasn't ran yet. Okay, he hasn't ran yet, but he married one of his students. Okay, and he's thinking that's 30 years went by. It's not going to be brought up. It's going to be brought up.
The statute of limitations may help legally, but not socially.
If you married one of your students and you're a school teacher, it's going to be brought up if you run in politics. Get ready.
Yeah.
If your mother was a student and your dad was a teacher, it may get brought up too. Okay? Just telling you. It's bad.
Yeah.
So, anyway, just throw that out there. A little free political advice, I have a political science. You got to throw it out there because everybody's like, you don't know what he's talking about. Yeah, well, I actually went to class and stuff.
You did. You did spend a little time in class on that subject.
I did actually go to class. Yeah. So there you go. But no, I can't believe some of the school teachers and everybody's acting like, I can't believe this has happened. It's been going on forever. These people have been sleeping with their students forever.
Yeah.
One of the jokes around that I've heard in poker games before, that at Connor State College, and it's a junior college, that was one of the perks of the job. The guys that taught school there ended up dating students there. And yes, they were married on top of it.
Wow.
It was sad. I mean, I'm not talking about anything that hasn't been talked about behind or around.
Yeah.
Everybody that's from here knows this. I mean, you know what I'm saying? You just know. But it is what it is. That's a good one, isn't it?
Yeah, that's a good one.
Well, Kenny, would you trust a daughter with some of the people that you knew that were coaches back in the day with just blindly trust them?
Knowing now if I knew then what I know now, no.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. There you go.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll end it on that one because I didn't even have that one scheduled. That was just out there. I was like, we'll talk about it.
It's all good. We're an hour into it, so
teachers, don't be screwing your students. Literally and figuratively, do not do it.
For one, it's illegal,
Right.
and another, morally, it's just wrong.
Yeah, because
I mean, yeah.
even if you get out of it, you're always going to be that guy.
That is going to be hung over your head for the rest of your life.
You're that guy or that girl. I
Yeah.
don't care.
Yeah. Mm.
And the ones that are my parents' age that did it, we still know.
It didn't go away.
It didn't go away. Moreover, if they married them, had kids, now we got proof. Just throwing it out there, buddy.
Yep.
Hey, got to be honest if you want to be
Yeah.
a really good public servant. And this is what it's going to look like for me.
Yeah.
I'm not going to pull punches on this.
Yeah.
Especially with kids. If they're under 18, I'm not pulling punches on anyone that hurts children.
So what do you think of the law they just passed in Oklahoma that you cannot get married if you're under 18, period? Because before the law was you could get married with your as young as 16 with parental consent, and now they passed the law where you cannot get married if you're less than 18, period.
Well, 18 has always been a bright line number.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I've always, I prefer something bright line.
Yeah.
And I think waiting 2 years is fine. You can wait.
I do. Yeah.
You know,
well, unless somebody made the comparison, you know, you got to be 18 to go into the military.
Yes.
But what if you're 16 years old, want to go, and your parents say it's okay? Well, it's not going to happen.
I don't think it should happen.
Yeah. What if you know, you want to have you want to smoke a cigarette, and your parents say you can, but you're 16 years old. You know, the law says you can't do it. You know, I mean, I think marriage is probably a bigger deal than smoking a cigarette. So.
Yes.
So I mean, huh?
You've been married, but have you ever smoked a cigarette?
You know, I can honestly say I've never smoked a cigarette.
Really?
I can honestly say I've never smoked one.
Okay.
So that's the one thing the one thing I can say is, as far as, you know, like stuff that's bad for you, I've never done that.
Ever had a chew of tobacco in your mouth?
Okay, so when I was a kid, that's still living down in Keefton, and we went down I think Tuesday and Thursday, we went down to Hamilton Sports Arena in Vian because my dad roped every Tuesday and Thursday. And I was behind the chutes or somewhere like where the horses were, you know, just staged up, whatever. And if I remember right, I was back there with Chip Hamilton. I don't know if you know Chip Hamilton. Yeah.
Who he is.
And him and somebody else. And one of them had a can of snuff. And they were trying it. And we're talking, what was we, 9 years old, give or take. And they were trying it. And I put some in my mouth. I didn't know what I was doing, but I put it in my mouth, and it was nasty. It made me want to throw up. I just spit it out immediately, and I never tried it since. So,
but you tried it underage.
Yeah. Yep. Now where they got it from, I have no idea, because I think Chip's younger than what I am. So.
Right. I think he is too.
But yeah, I think he's a year too young. I think he was Scott's age. So yeah.
So.
But yeah. Yeah, I put it in my mouth and about puked. I spit it out and haven't tried it since then. So,
everybody wants to protect their children, and it just
the
truth is, at the end of the day, life happens.
Mm-hmm.
There's only so much you can do.
Yeah, all you can do is you know, give them the training wheels and education and hope that you've, you know, shown enough, you know, moral support and all that for them, and taught them, and it's like a bird does that when they teach their young how to fly, just kick them out of the nest and hope that they can fly. So they may hit the ground a few times, they may get banged up a few times, but they'll learn.
When you start making all the exceptions to rules like this, causes problems.
Mm-hmm.
It just does.
Yeah.
It's nice to say a nice bright line 18.
Yeah. Okay. Because I get it, you know, if a 17 or 18-year-old and a 16-year-old, are dating and Lord forbid, a child's on the way. I get that scenario. I understand that scenario, but are you, your brain isn't developed enough to handle that type of a pressure in situations. So, I still think 18 is a good hard line.
Yeah. I don't believe the government should get involved with all the regulation on women if they're not going to help the children that are going to come after.
Yeah, very true.
If you're not going to help the kids come after, you need to butt the hell out of people's lives.
Yeah,
I'm big on that. If you're gonna put yourself in the situation, the government, then you got to go all the way.
Yeah,
and help because you're making someone do something they don't want to do.
Yep.
And now you have a new life there.
Yep.
And there's no guarantee you can make that person love that kid. You can't make someone love someone.
Mm-hmm.
Do it on their own.
Yeah.
Okay. There's children out there whose mom and dads do not love them. Okay.
Yeah. Unfortunately,
and they didn't want to be here.
Yeah.
Okay. But then when the government lets that happen and then they don't take care of that kid, and what do you think that kid's going to be? A productive citizen after that?
They got a long road ahead of them.
Odds are no. They're going to end up being a criminal.
Yeah.
So make sure and I don't mind government involvement, but you got to take care of the kids.
But you don't do it here and say we're not going to do it there.
It's kind of like going in.
Yeah.
There's a very high similarity of invading another country too. If you're going to invade another country, you're going to have to take care of them afterwards and set it straight afterwards. Or if not, all you got is terrorists there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, we bombed the heck out of Japan, and then we turn around and help them rebuild, and look at them now. They're a flourishing country. But
Kenny, what good is a football team that can score 48 points a game, but they allow 56 to give up on the other team? What you don't understand what I'm saying? You cut your nose out your face.
Yeah.
Just because you can score doesn't mean you're a winner. And that's the whole thing. The Republicans think they've got this all whipped with the abortion thing, and I understand their view, but now you got kids that are unwanted. What are you going to do about it? Because you can't make the parents just be good parents. You can't do it.
Yeah.
You can't get in their home like that.
Yeah.
You just can't. If not, you're no longer a democracy. You're no longer a free country.
Yeah.
You're no longer free.
Mm-hmm.
So they need to step up on helping the children now.
Yep.
They got what they wanted.
There's some tough decisions need to be made.
They got what they wanted.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So now they got to take care of the one. Now that you have them, the government needs to step up and take care of them and quit looking at them, because the people already told you what they want. Half the country didn't want this shit. I mean, seriously,
I mean, you can't deport them because,
they're citizens.
Yeah, exactly. So
they tried to move us. Remember the Indians and all that,
That's a whole different story, but yeah.
I want to do that. That's the government trying to move somebody.
Mm-hmm.
It's the government involvement.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
So anyway.
Well, dude, it's been a good one.
It has been a good one.
Yeah. So
I guess we sign off now.
And we'll be back this time next week. We forgot to say, because this is today's Thursday, May 14th.
2020.
May 14th, and if you're watching, of course, if you're seeing it on Facebook, you're seeing it right now in live time. But if you're watching on YouTube, you're probably going to see it, on the 18th or later, by the time we get it kind of edited for YouTube and posted. So anyhow, this is Thursday. We'll be back next Thursday to record. We'll be back live again, and for those who have been watching, thanks for watching. Time to head back to the stables because the pony show is over.
Same Kenny time, but the same pony channel.
Peace out.